Hey, I'm over here. So here's a short, very rough, present-centric breakdown of Planet Emigin's natural history, with no spoilers for future videos, of course. There's the time before Fronten Achtergum Animalibus, and after that was the first great wave of diversification, which roughly aligns with most of part 2, and now we're at the second great wave of diversification, which roughly aligns with part 3. During this time, Natare Animalibus was the most diverse clade of radial zoans if you exclude what's its name. I seriously don't care about those parasites from last episode enough, and actually spite them enough that I refuse to bother to look up their name. You know what I'm talking about, hopefully. I don't care. And while most of that can be accredited to Octodentes, Dentes-inscizoras wasn't failing to pull its weight either, and that is the long-winded way I'm explaining that Dentes-inscizoras is the topic of this video in spite of the fact you could see it in the title. Okay, so parasites. I already described the endoparasites, but that is not the only kind of parasitism, and some Dentes-inscizoras may engage in foracy, which is when a smaller animal takes a ride on a bigger animal to get further faster than it otherwise could. This frequently happens to manta rays. And going back to Emigin, the tooth arrangement of Dentes-inscizoras is perfect for latching on to bigger animals, although their sharp teeth may leave a scar on other individuals will then latch onto the same spot. Because the scar stands out over multiple bitings, blood may begin to leak right into the foresights digestive tract, and so it would be beneficial to develop the ability to digest this highly nutritious substance. This is called hematophagy, and once this ability is evolved, they may begin actively seeking out blood, so they will hold onto their hosts for longer, and to do this, they may develop the ability to inject anticoagulants to prevent the blood from clotting on them. And they may develop bigger clutching teeth to more easily access the hemocoel. This is ectoparasitism, and it has a similar diversity factor to endoparasitism. I'll call this clade Ferum insanguinea dentes, or blood blade teeth, as opposed to Plantae or plant blades. And now we're done with parasites for this part. In the last part, I mentioned that Octodentes preys upon Dentes-inscizoras. To escape these predators, they may start using anguilliform locomotion and undergo the adaptations linked to anguilliform locomotion, but of course with their form of radial symmetry taken into account. For instance, anguilliform involves turning side to side to propel themselves forward, which means becoming flat. However, organisms on Emigin can't just copy this due to their radial symmetry, so the solution they come to is to have two sets of sides. Although this does cut back on efficiency, it's the best they can do. If it's hard to envision, just imagine two wheels clipping through each other with one at a 90-degree different angle to the other. And with all that said and done, you may notice that this drawing looks a lot like a rocket, although it actually looks more like an arrow in 3D. Either way, this is no coincidence, as all three are dealing with roughly the same rules of aero, or in this case, hydrodynamics, although these aliens are underwater on a planet with less gravity than that of our own, but still similar. I'll call this clade Primum Corpus Nandi, or the first body swimmers, as opposed to Basic Nata, or basic swimmers.
Hello, outro time. It's the end of the video. Okay, a couple things. First of all, okay, so you know how there's what I've called front and back radial symmetry in the front end Tergum animalibus clade. Something I'm going to point out about that is it's actually seen on Earth. That's what cucumbers have. So yeah, that's cool, I guess. I didn't know when I made that clade. But yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. So yes, actually no, I'm not going to go in that direction. But yeah. So this video was a pretty painless production. I enjoyed it a good amount. The drawings I made are pretty I think I'd take the fins off the end of the swimming clade. I've yet to memorize its name, like the anguilliform using clade. I've yet to memorize its name. And the whole thing where I point out that it looks like a rocket and arrow, given still anguilliform, as opposed to at least being one of the carangiforms. If I had to make the video from scratch, I would cut that out entirely. But yeah, aside from that, I'm quite happy with how the videos come out. So yeah. So yeah, you're just gonna see this once I get through the uploading process. Yeah, I was trying to get both this video and the last video out during the 1 week long holiday I got, and I've achieved that barely. Yay. Bye for real now.